Welcome everyone to another trade breakdown with Freedom Forex Trading. Dylan here. I'll be going through EU from the week just gone. So very interesting week in price action. We had CPI come out this week and just absolutely melt price. So it was a really slow week in terms of trading opportunities and things for us to be able to capitalize on. There was really only the one trade on EU that was an A+ trade to be able to get into. So it was on Tuesday. So doing a bit of a recap on the week, we came into the week for our London session on the Monday. The main issue that we faced with London was it was sitting very awkwardly inside quite a large range, which was the range from NFP the week prior. So we started the week in an awkward spot, and this sometimes can happen when you have the startup markets. We get these big news releases at the obviously at the very beginning with NFP and CPI. So it did put price in an awkward spot for Monday, so we sat very in the middle of that range, which is well sat in the middle of Asia range, as we can see here. So yeah, there was a bit of a no trading session for London on the Monday. Leading into New York, New York did look really good as we had these targets. So looking for price to at least come and break these points, to at least come somewhere up inside of here, looking for buys for that session. The only issue was we started to push in between our London window, which is here, and our New York window here. So starting to push down here, we didn't really have any opportunities to get in, as we wanted to see that little low there get induced before price started to move. Didn't get any entry models, and then by the time New York came around, price was just absolutely rocketing. So unfortunately, no position to be able to get into a trade in New York on Monday. So just a watching day. Coming into Tuesday on EU, for our London session, again, we were in a bit of a tricky spot. So we had our previous break there, with this being the low and then this being the high. So our high for range was in Asia. We needed at least this low gone to be able to take a sufficient enough structure to now be able to go and actually start looking for a trade. So we started the session obviously here, really awkward spot again to be starting the session. It wasn't too bad. We just needed the price to come down and actually take this point. Leading into the session, so throughout Frankfurt, we had Frankfurt starting to melt quite nicely. So it was looking really good, bringing in a lot of liquidity into the market for us to be able to target. Unfortunately, just didn't get our confirmations to be able to take that buy. Would have ran really nicely if it did give our confirmations to get in, but unfortunately didn't. Now, leading into our New York session, we had a big break of structure, which we were using as an inducement. After we got that inducement, price gave really clean lower time frame confirmations inside of this point. Our session timing was on, really good, really clean trade. There was some resting liquidity sitting up the top here, which did make it a little bit higher risk, but with all the other confirmations that we had with our lower time frame models, our higher time frame inducements and breaks, as well as a lot of liquidity targets underneath, it did make a lot of sense for price to absolutely melt from this point and give the reaction that it did. So beautiful trade, this one. For anyone who did catch that, well done. This is one that would have made sense to at least hold to these lows down here as a full take profit target. Obviously, of course, we could have targeted the daily lows, which were way down over here, but you know, that's more of a swing trade position. So can do that, leaving something like a 10, 15, maybe even 20% runner, depending on your risk appetite and where you're positioned for the week, and obviously what your trading goals are. But at least holding to there would have been a very logical target for a day trader. So yeah, even that at a 1 to 20 is a beautiful trade. Leading into Wednesday, London, absolutely terrible position again. After such a big move, we were expecting very slow price action in this day. When we get a move like that, price needs to build up some more liquidity again to be able to fuel the market. Leading into CPI as well, it's no surprise that we had slow price action. So London being here, yeah, really awkward spot to be looking for a trade. Obviously, out of our windows to be looking for a trade before CPI, and we definitely don't want to be trading before CPI. After that, obviously, nothing in London, New York, after CPI release. Very awkward positions for the rest of the week. New York on Thursday did look really good, as we had pushed up, induced this high, come into an area that we wanted to be selling from. You can see the way that the 5-minute candles are positioned here. No entry provided, so unfortunately that was one we just had to sit and watch price and go in our direction. So one of those weeks, same sort of thing on Friday, nothing. Price is absolutely melting. No point trying to catch a continuation trade or anything inside of here. There is a high risk entry that you could have taken in London on Friday. Just not a trade for me, not a trade for us and what we want to be doing. Super, super high risk, not worth it. So we just sit and watch now and we've got the direction right. So yeah, overall, very interesting week. Not the best week for trading. Obviously, Tuesday, that trade did run phenomenally well. If you did hold it to the daily lows, you would have been sitting at, 1 to 52 in a matter of a couple of days. So very, very good trade if you did hold that. Had great confirmations, but that was really the only trade for the week. So coming to this week, we have had a new daily break of structure to the downside. So we are looking to potentially get a bit of a retracement. So we'll see what price wants to do. Could just keep melting. Got a lot of bearish pressure at the moment. So we'll see what price presents. But nonetheless, we'll work with what we get and make the most of the opportunities that the market provides. Thanks, guys. Hope you got a lot from this video.